I'm. It's a little soft up here, but 1, 2, 3. I think that's a little better. Thanks. So we have the empty section again. We're going to do a round with this section.
Thank you, guys.
Our little theme tonight is One Truth, Many Paths. And also acknowledging that today begins the month of Ramadan for Muslims. So a month of purification and fasting and prayer, serious stuff. So we're going to start with the Islamic chant that we all know, Bismillah. Do it a little differently tonight with Dawn leading us off on the harp. And taking a different pace with it. So, yeah.
Through the power
This is a multi-part chant. We begin with the Om Mani Padme and layer the other voices in, and you can land on whichever you want as they come in and stay on it, or move around, or stay on Om Mani Padme, whatever you like. One truth, many paths. this next chant the way it blends Hindu chant with Christian chant. I'll start it this way. Namo, 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 Nama Krishna. is called the Maha Mantra, the great mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. We'll do it call response all the way through, although at some point it just might be everybody's. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Daily word tonight is truth. Let's try this acclamation together. Love knows the truth. I know the truth of my being. God is my reality. Love is my all in all. Hold that for a moment. And again together. Love knows the truth. I know the truth of my being. God is my reality. Love is my all in all. I know the truth of my being. There is only one presence, one power in me and in my life. God is my reality. I know the truth of my being. I am God's child. I'm a spiritual being, living in a spiritual universe, governed by spiritual law. Love is my all in all. I know the truth that life is more than it seems, that the divine plan of good is eternally unfolding in and through all of life. The love of God reigns supreme and all is well. This is the truth for me and for all of God's children. I know the truth of my being. I'm a beloved member of the household of God. I am needed and important and have a special role to fulfill in God's world. I give love, I receive love. I am God's love in expression. Love is my all in all. From the Gospel of John, you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Say the affirmation again together. Love knows the truth. I know the truth of my being. God is my reality. Love is my all in all. Some years ago, John Wilshans was here with us and speaking. And he was talking about how a lot of the sacred words, names of God, seem to have that ah sound in it. And how it feels to say that ah. So Mark Shepard kind of took that idea and did this little chant. And I don't know if I changed it or not. What's the next slide look like, Gerri? Is there another one after that too? Yeshua, okay. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, you're going to Jesus, right? Here you go. No, I got to stop and retune him soon. Something's just really out. That's the one. That one too. Okay. That should be less painful this time. And great.
Wakantanka, 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 Namaste. Wakantanka, 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 Namaste.
A few short readings and one poem from Hafiz at the end. This from the Bhagavad Gita, the Hindu scriptures. Very simply, however humans try to reach me, I return their love. Whatever path they travel, it leads to me in the end.
From the Islamic Quran. Say, we believe in God and in what has been revealed to us, and what was revealed to Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, Jacob, and the tribes, and in what was given to Moses, Jesus, and the prophets from their Lord. We make no distinction between any of them, and to God do we submit.
Jesus said to his disciples, from the Gospel of John, I have other sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also, and they will heed my voice. So there will be one flock, one shepherd.
And from the Baha'i Faith, gleanings from the writings of the Baha'u'llah. There can be no doubt that whatever the peoples of the world, of whatever race or religion, derive their inspiration from one heavenly source and are the subjects of one God. The difference between the ordinances under which they abide should be attributed to the varying requirements and exigencies of the age in which they were revealed. All are a reflection of God's will and purpose.
Okay, now a short poem of Hafiz. I have come into this world to experience this. Men so true to love they would rather die before speaking an unkind word. Women so true their lives are God's covenant, the promise of hope. I have come into the world to see this. The sword dropped from men's hands, even at the height of their arc of rage, because we have finally realized there is just one flesh that we can wound. Could do a little chant, very simple Kundalini yoga chant to go into meditation. And it's just Satanama. These primal sounds, simple sounds, the kind of sounds a baby makes, in the Kundalini tradition have been given particular meanings. So sa, birth, infinity, it evokes the emotion of expansiveness. Ta means life, a feeling of transformation and strength. Na refers to death, stimulates the sense of universal love. And Ma, rebirth, evoking the quality of communicativeness. So, there's a thing that you can do as you chant this, if you like, that's done in the Kundalini tradition, where you touch each of the fingers with the thumb on each of the syllables. So it would be sa, ta, na, ma. If you like, you can hold your hand or you can put it in your lap to do it. So it's just, and then it's just a very, very simple melody. Satanama, Satanama. If that feels like something you want to do, go ahead. I think there's something about it, something about doing a mudra that brings it into the body more, or something perhaps. So feel free to experiment with that. Do it one hand or both. So I have two microphones. Guess we start now. Harp, right? We start in harp.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sa And as we go into a moment of quiet and meditation, pay attention to our breath, the inflow and the outflow, taking our gaze downward or picking a spot, closing our eyes, or any alternative that allows us to be present. Remembering to breathe and notice the inhale and the exhale. And feel the senses in your body as a point of entry into this present moment. A sense perception that brings us into where we are. Aware of the passing thoughts and returning to the breath with each awareness. Maybe noticing them pass by like traffic on a distant highway or a cloud that just drifts on into the distance like thoughts do. And bringing awareness right back to the breath. And being aware of the senses. Something we notice in the room around us, in our bodies. Taking our attention into just one of those things. Always with the breath. And our attention into another thing that we notice in our body or our environment. Always with the breath. And without giving it too much meaning, the space in between the sensations, the quiet space there inside us. Quiet spaces in the world around us. Loosely noticing and always back to the breath. With what we notice in our body, we may have an awareness of a feeling, a memory, something that brought us here. Not holding on too tightly, but giving loving kindness to that part of us in the past. To those beliefs we hold or we have held. Loving those that serve us and have served us, and those that haven't or don't. Knowing that they're all part of the many paths that lead us here. And to the truth that is that space, that peace within us. And has always been there. always returning to an awareness of the breath and an intentional breath or two after we may have forgotten. Breathing now deliberately with whatever feelings or whatever awareness we have. And taking a moment to enter into the silence with our breath. Continuing to take deliberate breaths, we may send love to those who are our neighbors in this room, knowing the different paths they have taken, we have all taken, to arrive at this moment. And those paths are just like the different methods we may use to feel the one love, the one spirit, the presence that calms us, and different words and language that may bring us to that same blissful moment are part of the many paths that bring us to that common experience of love, spirit, God, peace, whatever word resonates to bring us to that experience of truth that is the oneness we all are in many different manifestations. Forgetting that idea and returning to the breath as we do. Letting go of the words and language and specifics to lead us back to that moment, that loving expression that is within and without. And we prepare for 3 ohms. Start with an inhale. Oh. natural breath. Inhale. And another deliberate breath. And inhale. Notice the sensation in our body as a route to that truth within us, to that peace. It's one of many ways to that place of calm within us that is always there in the background, even when we've forgotten it, that is always available in every moment, that we reinforce with each intentional noticing and deliberate breath. And we may look up or open our eyes as we return to the room, maybe with a silent thank you for the opportunity to take this moment of meditation.
I'm going to invite us to transition into the offering time. So quietly, from a place of gratitude, find what you like to offer this evening. Say a blessing together. Divine love
Flowing through me,
blesses
and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are blessed to know that Spirit is our source. Thank you, Father and Mother God. And so it is. Amen.
La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Mishkalah Mekudela, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha
La ilaha illallah.
invite us to stand. Invite the blessing of God, who is one and who dwells within many, leads us by many paths to itself, to himself, herself. Bless us all on our paths as we go out here this evening. Wherever those paths may lead us, we know that they lead to the one and to the knowing of the one that we are. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, for the blessings of this life and the paths that we journey on. Amen.
Amen.
So, we'll close. Before we do our closing song, just last week I announced about a concert that was going to happen this afternoon with Linda Worcester, and who had some car trouble this week, and serious enough that she had to cancel all her plans this week. So that involved travel. So we're reconnoitering and coming up with another date, possibly the beginning of June, to bring her. So keep that in mind. We'll announce it in the future. Let's see. Next 2 weeks from now, we have Dana Morocco, who's right there on the wall, leading a Course in Miracles inspired workshop in the afternoon about moving beyond self-deception. And she'll also be doing talks at the morning services. She's quite fun, actually. Heard her at a Course in Miracles conference last fall. And she's also a singer and a stand-up comedian. So, fun time. So I encourage you to think about doing the afternoon thing if you're able to. And there's a special guest speaker at the morning services next Sunday. That's me. For Mother's Day. If you would like to and you haven't, whether or not you're attending the morning service, we're doing a little slideshow of people with their moms, or just their moms, or themselves with their children, honoring those mothers. So if you want to send in a photo to unityalbany@yahoo.com by tomorrow, we'll include it in the slideshow next Sunday. Maybe we'll even show it tomorrow night, next Sunday night too. That'll be fun. All right, let's go in beauty. So if you've been here the last couple times we did this, it's a slightly tricky tune, but we're getting it.
Go in beauty, peace be with you, until we meet again in the light of our hearts. Go in beauty, peace be with you, until we meet again in the light, in the light of our hearts.
Sing it once more.
Go in beauty, peace be with you, until we meet again in the light, in the light of our heart.
I'm going to ask you to come to the center, join hands. And we'll sing, may peace prevail on earth.
Peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth.
Peace prevail.
May peace prevail on earth.
May peace prevail.
May peace prevail on earth.
A cappella last time.
May peace prevail on earth.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank